Hey, what's up YouTube? It's been a little bit. So today we're going to do a little video and talk about the 2.0 and the 1.0 and what's been going on with that. The MonkeyBeaver harness 2.0, because I realized we just mostly just work, and we show you guys stuff while we're working, and we kind of talk about things without really going into a lot of detail sometimes. But I thought today would be a good day to do that, since I'm kind of gimped out. I can't really work anyway, so it's about time we talked about the MonkeyBeaver 2.0 harness, how it's different from the 1.0 harness. It's kind of some of the back story to it, how to adjust it, what's different about it from the 1.0, things like questions that people have, because we haven't done that yet. We've just been showing you guys tree content and just, you know, kind of the true blue-collar life without a lot of explanation. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'll go upstairs with Joe, and we'll do kind of a little interview thing. All right, here we are with Joe. Joe is the resident mastermind, and we're going to talk a bit. When did we start with the first version of MonkeyBeaver saddle?
We probably started working on it in 2014, 15-ish.
Yeah, and well, it'll be on YouTube when we made the video. And
yeah, it was 2016 when it was for sale.
Okay.
So we were working on it for a year, maybe two altogether before that, before it was like actually produced and in stores and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And so we got 1.0, which is, this is the waist belt. Well, this is the new waist belt.
Yeah.
This is the original.
This is one of the originals.
Yeah, this is like one of the original 4 or 5 1.0 harnesses. We called it the wrapping paper pattern inside. These are vinyl equations. And it had the smaller, I call them hippo ears, D-rings, side Ds. We eventually changed that out. Everything's fixed. How is the 2.0 different from the 1.0?
From the original 1.0, this is, like you were saying, these are all fixed on here. And the new one, everything moves. So the new one has pockets everywhere. So all of the attachments, you can move them around, take them off, put on whatever you want. We have some other attachments that we're not showing here, but we got quite a few different phone case and water bottle holder and various different hooks and loops, and you know, this is all for gear. None of these are for life support.
Yeah.
So from here to here, this is all for gear attachment.
So more modular. What he's saying is our storage stuff was fixed. If you were a left-hander or something and you didn't like the way it was oriented, that's just what you were stuck with. Now you can move everything all around.
Yeah. This is not an upgraded one of these.
Right.
This is not the next version of this. Mm-hmm. This still exists. We're still making these.
Yep.
This is a different saddle. This is not like, I know it got stuck with the name 2.0.
Yeah.
But it's really a different saddle. It's
2.0 means it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, the iPhones changed as they developed.
Yeah, but it's not like the second version of this one.
No.
This would be the true 2.0 of the 1.0.
That gets real obvious when you're building it.
Yeah. So this doesn't replace this. These are different harnesses. This one, the pad comes out.
Yeah.
And as you can see here, we've got nearly, this is just a small, so we've built probably 30 or 40 different patterns or colors. So that's an easy option to notice, or an easy difference. The second thing, this has right here an adjustable separate pad inside of the pad. It's separately adjustable for lumbar support.
Lumbar adjuster.
That helps the harness wrap up over your hips. It really like kind of pulls the top of the harness in. It helps a lot if you don't wear suspenders.
Yeah.
It really dials. It kind of is like having, almost like having two waist belts. You know, you're independently adjusting the tension on this part and this part of the harness.
So with a really wide surface area for back support, you still get a little bit better keeping it up on your body without suspenders.
Where this is kind of just a big stiff pad and it is what it is. It works good. This one, you can really tune this one in. Especially if you're pushing big rounds off a stem, you know, you're pushing back into this big cushion here. And there is more padding in this one. This has another layer of it's a softer liner, backed with a heavier foam like this one had.
Yeah.
So it gives you a little more comfort. It's not sewn through. Also, like you can kind of see when this stuff is attached, it's sewn all the way through, and it compresses the foam in there. This pad, it has some marks here, but these are actually to help it articulate when it wraps around you.
So it's more of a quilting.
Yeah.
More of a luxurious fit.
Correct.
So talk about the suspension.
The suspension is quite a bit different than the original. The ones we've been selling for the last 2 years, we switched to these Cobra buckles here. So they're really easy to adjust. You can adjust them in or out. They stay put. Even if they have slack on them, they don't.
Why do you suppose they might want to adjust that?
You need to adjust it to get it to fit right. And if it's complicated to do, you might not ever get there. So it's easy to adjust. And you can adjust kind of your hang angle also. You can pull these.
That's what I was getting.
Right? And then we'll go over more on that. We'll hang it out in this in a minute. So anyway, it's easy to adjust. You can also more easily remove these to replace them or to replace the rigging plate if you should need to do that. Thirdly, these leg pads are now symmetrical. So you can switch these leg pads from side to side, and you can run the harness with the buckles on the inside or the buckles on the outside.
Show them where the ASTM build date is.
So right here on the left.
Safe out of the weather.
Yep.
Under that flap is your ASTM build date.
Yeah.
You show that to if you're in a climbing competition and they want to know if your belt is certified. Or if you work for a company that mandates that.
This is a medium we're looking at. This is a small. You can also use these to contain the tail.
Right.
So you got that.
Yep.
Sizing. These ones fit a little snugger than the 1.0s. The actual distance between the sides is the same. The padding is a little bit thicker though, so that these are sitting a little bit farther away from you. So maybe size it down an inch or so.
Mm-hmm.
The pockets. The pockets are the same size on all of the harnesses. So every consecutive size will have one more pocket as you go up. So this is a small, has 6 pockets. The medium has 7, the large has 8, XL has 9. So you get more pockets the bigger you are.
Yeah, the bigger you are, the more stuff you
More
get to
stuff
carry.
Yeah.
You can be like a police officer up there.
Otherwise, every size harness would have to have different size pockets to keep the same number on, and it wouldn't work with the different components. So
yeah, we got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's totally awesome. All right, here we are out at the drop tower. This is where we did a lot of our testing. How long have we been working on the 2.0?
Oh,
We've had prototypes out with key people like Lawrence Schultz.
I mean, we've been hard on it with like production type prototypes for the last year, but probably almost 3 years.
Yeah.
I would say probably, well, maybe even more. I mean, it's been an idea. We've gone down a couple different roads that we had to come back and go down some other ones, you know. But probably since the end of 2018 was probably, I know I had a prototype.
I have one. I just converted
Yeah.
away from it the other day.
We went down a road where we were trying to make it super modular, where it was a one size fits all, where the harness adjusted the width of the harness. It ended up taking so many more buckles and stuff to make that work that it kind of ruined the layout for actually using it. So we went back to the, 3 or 4 sizes.
So the point of that
Probably
question,
since like 2018,
yeah,
and it's 2023 now.
I'm just making the point that this takes time.
Yeah.
And we didn't just like suddenly one day just make this and turn it loose. It's been a process.
Like we've been making them and hanging out here in them either.
Yeah.
They've been on climbers every day.
Yeah.
For Jeff and Damien have been using them.
Lawrence Schultz, Matt Meckley. We've had a few people for a while.
Yeah, we probably had
kind of testers.
2022, we probably had about a dozen people running them full time, besides us.
Yeah.
And then before that, all of us, there's 4 or 5 harnesses being used pretty much daily.
You can drop it whenever you want. And this is what it's come down to. An ASTM ready harness that you can get customizable to you, totally modular, and even you can get the colors you want. So let's hang in it, or you want to talk about how you put it on?
We can throw it on. Like I said before, you can switch these leg pads side to side if you want the buckles out here.
Yeah.
So that's not a big deal. You have this secondary strap just like the original. This one's actually elastic, so it kind of flexes with your legs, so more comfortable.
Tell them what that's for. A lot of people leave those hanging.
Okay, here's what it's for. A lot of people have a tendency to put this harness on, or any harness for that matter, and suck the leg straps up tight to their leg because they feel more secure like that. All right. That's not how this harness is designed. You can see how I'm sitting right here. Pretty comfortably. Now, if my leg was right here, if I had these straps sucked all the way tight to my leg, I would be like this.
Yeah.
If you find yourself sitting like this, you probably have these too tight. So these are there so the leg pad stays put when you're moving around. You can run these loose. It makes it comfortable. It makes it easy to climb around the tree. You don't want these things binding it up. Like if they're so tight, when you go to take a step, it's dragging the leg pad up or dragging the harness down.
Or pinching your jewels.
It's too tight.
Yeah.
It's hard for some people to get over the fact that these are this loose, but
yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be.
You can run those loose because of these.
Yeah. That's one part of your sit.
And you might want to run it loose to sit more upright, more straight up and down.
Correct. So this is your other adjustment here. You can see this is really easy to adjust. Just pull back on this buckle. But this will also, here I'll loosen these off. Right. See, I'm sitting back with it.
Now you're hanging back.
Pull those up.
Yeah.
And that'll pull you towards these. Sorry, I'm spinning here. That'll pull you towards your rope bridge, basically, get you closer to it.
Yeah.
Right here.
There's your lumbar.
Right, you can crank that down, and it really wraps kind of up over your hips and your lower back there. And then the last thing is this here. You can adjust it from either side. It's a free floating piece of webbing. It works better if you go from both sides, but you just snug that up and it makes it super comfortable just sitting.
Yeah, it's
and you
crazy.
Can see, right? You can see it does.
Pulls you more upright.
Yeah, it kind of lifts your butt up.
Yeah.
If you're doing crane work or if you're hanging out
so
for a minute.
what? It kind of unifies the leg pads and the belt.
Yeah, it ties it. It's like you have this.
Turns it into a
seat.
seat.
Now you have this. So basically, it's giving you an extra level of support.
Yep. It's awesome.
From 2 to 3. So
it's awesome.
If
yeah.
you have it this tight and you're moving around the tree, better off just kicking it loose, and it's that easy.
Yeah.
Right? Because it does start to squeeze in.
Yeah, like a seat saddle. A seat saddle squeezes your legs together, and that's why leg saddles kind of crowded out the seat saddle.
Yeah. But it is.
But it's instantly no longer a seat saddle as soon as you lift up.
Than you think a piece of 1-inch webbing could do.
Yeah.
Like, it's really amazing how much more comfortable it is.
Try it out. Experiment with it. Not you, but Joe Consumer.
Yeah, it's there for a reason.
Joe Climber. This is Joe Climber, actually.
Yeah. What else? I think that's pretty much it. These are I would recommend that you always run the tails of these back through the rigging plate over to here. We made these extra long, and then you have these buckles here.
So you don't have these big, long...
Not in the way.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, they're...
hanging around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and show them how you can store this.
Yeah, I kind of did when I put it on. But, yeah, you have this here.
A little keeper for that. Some people like everything tucked.
Yeah, and your other side has your label.
Yeah, there's your ASTM build date. So this has been the MonkeyBeaver 2.0, and we'll do 1.0
We'll do it
separately.
We'll do another video with this, going into depth on attaching the gear loops and switching the leg pads around and replacing components. Just kind of a maintenance video, I guess.
Yeah, because there is a proper way to do everything. He's talking about putting on your storage Ds, putting these accessories that come with it. There's the right way to get it all uptight and on there snug.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some basic, like how much does it cost?
This costs in black $625.
So a simple black 2.0 harness, $625.
Colors are $25 more.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do some custom stuff that's multicolored, and that's kind of just one-off things, and you just call us and ask us, and we'll make up a price for that.
Yeah, we want to.
These are not on the website. We have probably about, I don't know what's on there now, at least a dozen color options on the website, maybe a few more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of basic red, blue, green, and then there's quite a few different camos and a few different patterns up there.
So what about how long if they bought a 2.0 today, what do you think it'd take to get it to them? How long would it take?
If it wasn't one of these, it would take a couple days typically. Like
so we're caught up.
We're caught up. They're on the shelf, and if they're not on the shelf, the build time is rarely more than a day or two to get there.
And by the way, the reason we are keeping up now is because we've tooled up. Our whole downstairs of this building is sewing machines and bar tackers and really great quality people working every day to put this stuff out. So we have come a long way since we started, whereas in the beginning we were more strictly design, here's what we want, but since then we've tooled up and learned how to create what we want, and so sky's the limit.
MonkeyBeaver,